Hey, well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm doing this a little bit differently this week. I hope my smoker didn't go out. There it goes. It's just me out here. Isaac is inside playing some video games with his cousin, which is good. And Rachel is, of course, still a gimpy. So, just me this week. So we're going to hope that the camera does the job, or the stand does the job okay. It's actually 4 o'clock local time. Usually we're doing this early afternoon, but when I went to do this early afternoon, sorry, I forgot my tools. It started raining, and you're not supposed to open the hives when it's raining. So went back inside, did a little bit of other things. I've waxed some foundation so that when we find that wonky comb that we've been having issues with, we can go ahead and we can handle it. I need to clean my hive tool. It is super sticky. So what I have today is I've got queen catcher and a pen. Now this pen is what, like a little, it's a paint pen. It's blue. Technically, there is a color scheme and it rotates every 5 years for what color you're supposed to color your queen. But in all of the kits that I got for Christmas, all the tool kits for beekeeping that Rachel and the kids got for me, unfortunately, I don't think it came with a white pen. So I won't be coloring them white this year. But I would, at the very least, like to color them. That way I can spot the queen again, if I can spot her at all. Okay, so let's take a look. Our goal today is just, again, making sure they're growing, checking for that wonky comb. Top of Rachel's hive here. Remember, this box on top is for honey. Their honey specifically. So we will not collect the honey that's in here at the end of the year, because this is what the bees will use to eat and survive all winter. Oh, come on, little girl. Get out of there. Okay. Using the hive tool just to break the frames apart. There we go. All right. Hive tool's done its job. Now we're going to grab the grabber. And that's primarily just because I don't seem to have the dexterity to grab it. So let's take a quick peek if I can. Hopefully you guys can see this. I can't see on the screen. I didn't brighten up my screen. But they are covering 1, 2, 3, and a little bit of that one. At least 3 of the 2 we have up on top here. So they are taken over. But what we will be doing today is we're going to be replacing this frame and this frame. Come on. I just heard someone call Dad. I hope that's not Isaac. Of course, it came from the wrong direction to be Isaac. So I don't think it is. Yep. So we're going to be replacing these frames with the ones that I've added additional wax to, so that they have an easier time building the honeycomb, so they can put honey on it or honey into it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out this very center frame, and we're just going to take a quick peek at it. All right, what do we see? We see honeycomb being built. That's what I see. That's not too bad. I think in some of the deeper combs, I do see some honey already starting to fill in the cells. So they are, doing work. Yep, this one too is already getting filled up. Now, remember, there is a queen excluder between these frames here and the ones and the box down here. So this top frame, or this top box, the queen can't get up here. So we're not worried about her coming up and laying eggs in here. So there's 5 old frames. And so these frames we got from our guy locally. And so they were already basically bee approved, and building up, and they are building strong on it. At least I feel like they are. So what we're going to do is leave those in place. They're doing good work there. Is that straight? That's not straight at all. What we're going to do is simply replace these 5 ones that I bought this year with 5 that I also bought this year, but I've added extra wax to them. So here's 3 and here's 2. And this should, the theory at least, just give them just a little more of a head start on honey production. Because if they have an easier time building comb, then they can get to what we want them to do, which is make honey. Because honestly, I think this year I'm not buying Christmas presents. I am just sending them bee vomit, I believe is realistically what it is. So congratulations. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Grandpa. You guys are getting bee vomit for Christmas. So, all right, let's see. We are going to get into the other frame, or the other part of the hive as well. We're just going to take this up. We're just going to set it down. And then I'm probably going to have to adjust the camera again. You know what? Let's take a peek. So this is the queen excluder. It's just a piece of plastic. It's nothing crazy, but it does get a little sticky. We're just going to set it there. Okay, so this is a brood chamber. Now, we are not doing anything with the feeder because we're going to want that later on. They are now taken over here. Our job today is to make sure that what they're doing there is good comb building. Because remember, they've been building that wonky comb. I got to find a better place to put that. The hope is that we can also go ahead and find Rachel's queen again. Come on, young lady, get out of here. Oop, okay. So I can't really do a whole lot with half a hand. There we go. That looks like you guys can probably see it okay. We're gonna go ahead. You know what I should be doing? I should probably be spraying a little more smoke on these guys. Another weird week. We've been here 4 years. 4 years in the next couple weeks, actually. And the wind always seems to come from behind me right now, which is why I built a fence, a single fence panel on that side of the bees to give them a bit of a windbreak, which, after doing a little bit of research, found out I'm probably going to have to adjust that. So, yep, that will be coming later this fall. Oh, these are really, really stuck together. Okay, let's pull out one of these. Put a nice little frame holder right there. Give us a hand. Okay, this one is a mess. That is not what we want the bees to be doing. So this one is getting replaced along with that one right there. Unfortunately, I've only got 6 frames of this depth to swap these out with. So we're going to quickly take a peek for our queen. She does not seem to be here, so we're going to go ahead and... That did not work very well. That worked a lot better. Okay, let me grab the brush as well. Oh, that one wanted to headbutt me. I should probably grab some more frames while I'm over here too. I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 because the one right next to this is pretty empty, and so we're just going to go ahead and replace it with one of the new frames that I've waxed. And they don't seem super thrilled right now. Yeah, they're not happy. They don't usually get too loud, but they do seem to be that way. We're going to go ahead and just set that there. Clean that off in a little bit. Okay, what I want to do is I want to open. And, ugh. All right, let's take a peek. What have we got on this one here? We've got just a really, really heavy frame. My goodness, and I just completely grabbed a bee there. Not a queen, thank goodness. I would really love to see and mark a queen here today. Wow, okay, there goes the hive tool. This thing is just massive. This is definitely gonna be 100% honey. But we are not going to do anything with it because we want them to be able to eat it. Okay. Set that down, grab the hive tool, slide it over, and now we've got to check these middle ones. Okay, break a few of them apart. I need to ask somebody when a good time to fix all this comb, because so much of it is just going to be too big. It's not gonna do well for the bees because they're not staying in their lane basically. So I want to grab this one now. Ooh, another very heavy one. Look at this. See how far out that's built from the side? That's not ideal. Oh, sorry, girls. Okay, this side here is good. There's a bunch of honey all around it. But also in the center, there's just a whole bunch of really good eggs that are laid and sealed up. This side, a little bit different. Oh, I just got stung right through the glove, right at the tip of the finger. Dang it. Sorry. Okay. This side has a bunch of honey around the edges as well. And stages of pupa. So very good. We're going to check. Oh, and it's got some wonky comb down here in the corner. So we are going to do our best to set it down gently. You know what? I'm not too worried about that section. Dang it. That's the first real sting that I've got. I think I had some when it was like half a sting, like it didn't really hurt. That one, you could see the stinger stuck to the glove. So, okay, honey on the outside. Honey up here. Kind of looks kind of gross really, but it's not, it's honey. And then in the center here, we've got the hexagon pattern is staying. That's all the eggs. All right, so this is heavy. I'm going to set it down here. Try to take a look. Eggs, pupa. You know, I was really excited about these bright orange gloves because they are pretty thick and very tough. They did not tear on me last week. I was like, oh yeah, there's no way a bee is going to get through here. I was apparently wrong. Not a big deal. But anybody remember getting stung as a kid and just being absolutely terrified of bees for who knows how long afterwards? Like until you were an adult. And then you get stung again, you're like, oh, that wasn't near as bad as I remember it. That one does kind of hurt though, right there on the fingertip. Okay. We're going to check these last couple frames on top. Some more good eggs and honey combos. Yep. Healthy on both sides. Ugh. Oh my goodness, Rachel. Your queen is just laying just a ton of eggs. This side is completely full. And this side, we'll give it a 90%. Maybe 95. Very, very good, healthy amount of eggs here. We got one more to check. And it is stuck. Hive tool. Okay. All right, now let's see. Can we get the thing out? Ugh. Ugh. Okay, heavy. We've got honey around the edges still. Lots of eggs throughout. Plus we've got some pupa. And we got just so many bees. I mean that's what we're going for, right? But wow. Sometimes you forget, like, this is a colony of tens of thousands of bees. This is another frame. We can see everything is way out because there was too much space between it. So they're like, oh, well, we can use that space. Wow, Rachel, your hive is just doing great. This isn't going out live. And the reason we're not doing live this week, I want to try recording it with my phone in a horizontal way so that we can get the high definition. Okay. So this frame here, we are going to not put back in. And I will shake that into the top when we're done. We are taking out a couple frames. So we want this one to slide all the way over. Oh, sorry. Here, hold on. So we're gonna upload this video separately. I've also been putting it on my YouTube channel, and YouTube does not like it when I upload a vertical format. So we're not going live, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, so this frame that's still stuck is the other one that we want to pull. It doesn't have a whole lot of activity on it yet either. Barely anything. So we're just going to set it over here. And we're going to slide this one right in there. And this one right next to it. Okay, so that's Rachel's top box. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to get into Rachel's bottom box. And try to find that other one with that wonky comb. And maybe we'll get lucky and spot a queen. Ugh. Okay. Whew. I am going to grab that other frame for the wonky comb, though, because I think no matter what, I can find that. I may not be able to find a queen very well, but I can definitely find wonky comb. So we will be ready for that. Okay, here we go. Maybe. Ugh. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Oh. Oh. Whew. You guys, that's a lot of bees. Oh. Hi there. There we go. So we don't want this. This is part of what's making it so annoying when I try to lift off that box. So we're just going to scrape that off to the side. And then over here, and probably this one. So I want to replace these two, I think, because they're not going to do a whole lot on the outside anyway. And I've only got 6 frames to replace. So let's see what we can do here. First, let's do some basic cleanup. Okay, don't need that. Don't need that. Or this one. And this looks like something I actually dropped. Oh, there's a little more I need to clean up. There we go. Okay. So I can see down one of these frames, we got a whole bunch of eggs, we got a whole bunch of bees in the middle, of course. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of cut to what I need. which is to fix some wonky comb here. So get that out of the way. They're not even building comb on this one, so they may not be able to, which is why we put this back. This one has extra beeswax put on it. Give them a little bit more or less effort. Where did I set my hive tool? There we go. Now I set that down way too roughly. I should have checked a little more carefully for Rachel's queen here. She's not on it now, but I did kind of drop it a little too rough. Sorry, Rachel. Queen very well could be here in the center. She very likely could have been in the top, and then when we started messing with it, she could have skedaddled down to the bottom. Okay. So let's see about getting into these center ones. What I haven't really seen yet is like brand new eggs. This looks like almost all nectar. Oh, there's a few pupa in here. Okay. This side isn't doing too hot. There's not a whole lot going on there. They're just building up the wax on it still, which I guess is acceptable behavior. Yeah, try to, you know what I should do is I should really just take this last one out, give myself some working space. They're not really using it anyway. There we go. Now we can just slide that over, drop this back in. There we go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a... You guys see the bees just scatter when they get hit with the smoke? Isn't that interesting? I mean, like, if I breathe in the smoke, I don't scatter, but like, yeah, it's definitely like turn your head away at least. Okay. All right, hoping for a queen. Pupa, a little bit of honey on the corners, pupa. Capped, plus some pupa. Yeah, I can't see. So some of these are really old wax, so it's kind of hard to see in there. I almost thought I saw a queen, but not a queen. Okay. We're getting to the center of the hive, and I think they're getting mad, so we probably are about done. They're a little more swarming, and I wonder if that's because we're doing this later in the day. I don't want to say like swarming, because there's a legitimate bee thing where they swarm and they go find a new home, but they're just a little more, let's say, active right now. And loud. So, not the queen. Oh my goodness. That is just covered with bees. Just 100% covered. And I can't even see the cells underneath. I see some cells. They're covered. They're doing fine. Yeah. Good. Okay. Let's go on to our next one. Ugh. Good and sticky. I do need you girls to move so I can grasp the frame. Yep. Scoot down, please. Ooh. Oh, this one's a bit lighter. Okay. I do want to show and check this out a little bit carefully. Take a look right here. Hopefully you guys can see it, but there's a little cup cell. It hangs out over the edge like a cliff. That would be a queen cell. I don't know if that's one I need to be worried about. By the looks of cap cells and pupa, I don't think I'm worried about us not having a queen in here, so I don't think they will lay a new queen and like half the hive take off. That's swarming. I don't think we're at risk of that, because everything I've seen here looks crazy healthy. So, very exciting. Okay. We've got 2 more to catch or to check. This one looks like it's got some newer comb on it. Certainly. We can tell by the color of the wax right here. It's much more white, yellowy. That's nice, new, clean wax. Ooh, is that? Nope. I thought that was going to be a queen. I think that's just a drone. Large, yes, but also those giant eyes. This side here, pupa at various stages. Very good. You know what, Rachel? I think your hive's doing very well. Even without you here, they know what they're doing. Isn't that weird? One more that we need to check. This the next one is a new frame this year, and it looks like it's doing okay as far as wonky comb goes. Yeah, they're building it out pretty strong. Okay. Nectar, eggs. Oh, and heavy. Just so heavy. I'm like, not like, oh, I'm tired, I can't do it. Like, clearly I can do it, right? But you don't expect these things to be 7 to 8 pounds. Especially when you assemble them, they weigh like half a pound at best. And so when they get to that 7 or 8 pounds, you're like, wow, that is pretty heavy. So I'm now scooting these all back to roughly where they were before. Yeah. With the exception of, what is going on down here? Might have a ball down there. We're gonna put that one off to the side. Ooh, that was weird. Is this one of my new ones? I have not been keeping track of what I have here. I cannot tell if this is a new one or not. Well, you guys, that's a really silly thing for me to do. It's not a new one because it's got propolis here. So this one here, and that one, those are not new frames. So we're going to set those down. Going to grab a new frame to stick into that slot because I thought I grabbed it. Maybe I didn't. Or maybe I did. And I just don't. Oh, it is. The new frame is already in there. Man. And we're just going to slide this one right in as well. So I will have to do some more framework. I got 2 bees crawling up my legs right now. Ugh. All right. All right, I need you guys to move so I can put the top of your house on. You, get out of here. Come on. Yeah, that's, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Rachel is wondering, are these things taller than me now? Am I going to be able to reach? Isaac says no. I said, yes, of course, dear. You're going to be able to reach. We don't 100% know if she will or not. But we're certainly hoping so. Okay, so we are just reassembling the hive. Ugh, honey box on top. There we go. And oh, good. So the last thing we do is actually shake these ones here. We've only got a couple bees left on them. Shake those to the top. Okay, that's now empty. This one as well. How embarrassing would it be if I trapped my queen up top? I mean, they would take care of her there too. But it's definitely not what we want. I got to do this with two hands. Hold on, you guys. All right, you're going back on the other hive. Okay, so we got a quick tap and tap. Okay, the rest of you will have to figure it out the hard way. That's on you, not me. And then we've got these two frames. That was good. And that's good. Okay. These ones here, they should vacate shortly. And then maybe one more down there that I have to tap off. Yeah. Where did I set my brush? There it is. Let's just get these guys off like this. Neighbor going by. By the way, if anybody wants to get me Christmas presents, send me just a huge amount of cover crop seeds. So something Rachel and I have talked about, just clovers. Just some normal white or yellow clovers would do really well. Just so that the bees have a little more to eat. What are we doing to help the bees along other than giving them a home and all that? We've got water behind me, which looks like I need to fill up. It got up to 90, 95, I think, on a day this week, and then it dropped to 70. So it's kind of cool right now. It feels really nice. But we tried to plant sunflowers. They did not sprout. We do have 3 bushes that are supposed to do really well out here and bloom late. There's tons of yellow clover. It's going pretty crazy. Yellow clover. We've got our garden. It's doing pretty well. We've got cucumbers sprouted. We've got some lettuce. Onion is actually doing exceptionally well also. And then a couple carrots. So that's pretty cool. Oh. And then Isaac and I are building a catapult or a slingshot. Right now it's in a slingshot kind of form. So we're building a slingshot so that we can launch stuff out into our big field. And today we went to a pollinator fair and we made a couple seed bombs with one of the groups there, and they showed us how to make them. So now we can make some more. So we're just going to launch a bunch of random flowers out here. That should do well without a whole lot of maintenance. So, well, that does it for the guided part. Rachel's hive is doing great. I am not great at finding queens. So there's a bee down here just kind of walking around. There she goes, flying away now. So I can't mark the queen unless I find her. But I can see signs that the hive is growing. There are pupa eggs at various stages. Capped ones means they are in their final stages. They will emerge as adult bees. And then they'll stay in and take care of, there'll be nurse bees and there'll be wax bees or whatever else they do for about 2-3 weeks. And then they'll go out and start foraging. So the cycle of a summer bee is actually pretty short. Winter bees apparently they survive a bit longer. But Rachel's hive is doing well. I'm going to check my hive and hope that it is also doing well. When I came out first, there's lots of bees going in and out of both hives. It's really great. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching these live when we do them live. And if you prefer live, let us know. But I was getting irritated. Last week we did the live, and then I tried to upload it to YouTube, and it only uploaded like 10 minutes of it. So it just kind of cut off midway, and it really bothers me when that happens. So I figured record, upload it individually, and see how it goes. So that's all I've got for today. I'll crack and open my hive and update you later. Bye.